what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man!
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today I wanted to share with you my reaction to the latest Rolling Stones album, Hackney Diamonds. Hackney Diamonds is the band's first studio album of original material since their 2005 album, A Bigger Bang. So it's been 18 long years. Was it worth the wait? Yes, it was. Hackney Diamonds is an exciting album that contains something for everyone. If you like rock and roll, it delivers. If you're looking for country flavours, it's on here. If you're craving some gospel and soul, you'll get it. And if you want to hear the Stones do some pop, some punk, and even a little disco, you'll find it somewhere on this album. Yes, Hackney Diamonds is a startling 12-track treasure chest that presents the Stones younger and fresher than they have been in many years. The boys may be 60-year veterans, but you would be hard-pressed to find another album in 2023 that has as much life as Hackney Diamonds. Now today, in part 3 of my reaction and review, I will be taking a look at tracks 9 through to 12. So let's get into Hackney Diamonds track by track. Now let's take a look at track 9, Driving Me Too Hard. This song is full of down-home country stylings, mixed vocals are on point, and it includes a sweet guitar solo. There is some different levels to this one, both lyrically and musically. It could be a matter of taste for some, but this track really grows on me each time I hear it. The reality is, it's an ear-friendly listen. I would have to say that this track is a bit of a hidden gem that could easily be re-evaluated and eventually loved. Now let's take a look at track 10, Tell Me Straight. This time Mick steps away from lead vocals to let Keith Richards take centre stage. Really, this is Keith's moment to shine on the album. At almost 80 years old, it feels as if Keith is coming clean on this track. It seems the time is right and it plays out almost like a confessional for Keith. There's a little poetry to it, there's a little sadness to it. This is pure Keith. I must admit, it does sound like a track lifted from one of Keith's solo albums, but somehow it works here, and it's definitely a welcome diversion on the album. Now let's take a look at track 11, Sweet Sounds of Heaven. This was the second track that was released as a single during the early promotion of this album, and it contains 2 high-profile guest stars, Lady Gaga on vocals and Stevie Wonder on piano. This track is something different for the Stones. It's probably the most unique on the album. Really, it's an inspired gospel and soul number all rolled into one extravagant package. Some have already called it a masterpiece. My early assessment is that it's far from that, although it does have some angelic qualities. To me, it sounds like it was recorded decades ago, and that's a real compliment. Clocking in at 7 minutes and 22 seconds, it's certainly the longest song on the album. It's a bit of a journey. There is an old school edge to it. There are blues vibes running throughout, and the addition of Lady Gaga and Stevie Wonder make it excel beyond expectations. Now let's take a look at track 12, Rolling Stones Blues. This is the only cover song on the album, and it's a cover of a Muddy Waters track from the 1950s. Although the Stones had never played this song until now, they do have a long history with it. When the Stones were first starting out and hadn't really solidified their name yet, they received a phone call to do a gig, and the person on the end of the line needed to know the name of their band, so they could list them on the bill. As it goes, an old 45 of Muddy Waters singing Rolling Stone Blues was sitting on a table in front of them. So Keith said to the person on the end of the line, "We're the Rolling Stones." And guess what? The name stuck. So yes, from a historical perspective, this is a fitting track to round out the Hackney Diamonds album. The Stones are really at home on this track. It kinda sounds like an impromptu jam session, but it's a fitting finale to an amazing album.
Well, that concludes part 3 of Hackney Diamonds track by track. Please keep a lookout for parts 1 and 2 if you've missed them.
It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my reaction to this fascinating Stones album. I mean, wow, this is really something else. But as always, guys, please like, comment and subscribe, and keep watching the 80s show because you will never know what is going to pop up next. So I will see you all again soon. This is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and with just as much pizzazz as the Stones. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.